Hi everyone, I'm Airier. Today we're going to check out TF2 Spy Psychology 2, the engineer from John 2 Hill 2. I don't know what we're doing with this one because I've tried the engineer. Didn't help. I've played as the engineer. I didn't play the how-to tutorial, which in hindsight was a good idea, but mostly for the classes, just watching these videos from Spy Psychology are really good on how to get into every other character's head to understand kind of how they play. Except for the engineer, where I went into that going, oh, I got no idea what we're doing. So, that happened. So we're going to jump right in and hopefully use something that's completely wrong basis to figure out how to play any other class engineer or any other class than spy to figure out how to play engineer. Because while that is the dumbest thing you can imagine, I make a lot of dumb decisions and this one's actually been working out. So let's do it anyways. Gun. Okay, I know this is a reference to some franchise, but I do not actually know it. Oh, and deadphones. Or sorry, deadpan, sorry. Engineer. Yeah. Aren't these two like the biggest counters to each other? Even more than Pyro? Because I think the turret is the biggest counter. I wonder if he's going to do a sequel to this called Engineer Psychology or something.
This episode was inevitable. The engineer is arguably Spy's most interesting matchup.
Oh,
however, it is very important to get a major misconception out of the way immediately. Spy does not counter-engineer.
Oh, he doesn't?
Engineer has a lot of options when it comes to fighting back against spies. Spy is less of a counter to engineer, but more so his foil.
Oh.
Both are the most complex classes in the game by
Really?
a rather large margin.
See, this is the thing. I know Spy's complex because of the mental arithmetic you have to do to play him. Because while it's an easy backstab, kill, win, ha! Actually getting good at it requires understanding everything else. Why is Sentry, or sorry, not Sentry, Engineer building a Sentry complicated? I mean, they also have the teleports, which I can never seem to get working for some reason. But also, that's me just being bad at the game.
But whereas Engineer is about setting up defensive holds and providing powerful support to his team, the Spy is all about infiltrating the enemy team and disrupting them from within. As they are both forces of the opposite things, when on opposing teams, it's very natural that they'll come into conflict with each other. Now, considering how complex of a class Engineer is, it's best that you understand how he works before fighting him. More specifically, the machines he's able to conjure, and your main tool against them.
The gun? Is it the gun? Or killing the engineer? Ooh, good background choice. Understanding the tech.
The engineer has a total of 4 buildings.
Wait, 4?
The Sentry gun, the Dispenser, the teleporter entrance, and the teleporter exit.
Oh! Okay, one, I never actually used a dispenser. I had no idea that was a thing. That's on me. The teleporter, okay, that should have been obvious in hindsight, but they look identical, so I never realized they were technically counting as different things. I just thought you built one, the other one automatically slotted in.
All of which can be upgraded to level 3, increasing their efficiency in some way, though the levels of the teleporters are linked, as both upgrade at the same time.
Oh!
And if one is destroyed, the other resets back to level 1.
Oh.
Okay, but like, what do the buildings actually do?
I have no idea.
Sentry shoot bad guy with aimbot, Dispenser give health and ammo to good guys, and teleporter disrupts quantum physics.
Wait. It gives health. Oh, see, in my chat, Marta's talking about how the Sentry and the teleporter are less important than the Dispenser. Or, well, Dispensers and teleporters are more really important than the Sentry. But Dispenser's giving health, it's like an automatic your heal here on demand. But instead of having a medic who could do it to one person, it's anyone who come by. There has to be some kind of limitation of how often it can give out health. Or maybe the limitation is it just breaks easily? I don't know. Oh, that could be very interesting.
To make good guy go from entrance to exit.
Yeah.
That's your TLDR.
Yeah.
But being the funny Frenchman known as the Spy, you have the unique ability to disguise as enemy players. And the buildings will
what even was
always
that? A rat
fall for your disguise.
or a dog?
No acting necessary. Sentries won't shoot, dispensers will heal you, and teleporters for some reason don't actually care if you're disguised or not. They'll...
Oh. Wait. Teleporters still work for you. And if you see it heal... Oh, so even having heals not working on you isn't a thing to let you know it's not... Oh. I was under the assumption the dispenser wouldn't work on the enemy spy, but apparently it does. That could be an issue. Also, according to Martin, health or ammo isn't limited. The problem is it can't move. Oh.
Still take you anyway, but...
It's AoE.
I would not recommend...
Wait, what did it say?
actually care if you're disguised or not. They'll still take you anyway, but
What? The most common type of color vision deficiency makes it hard to tell the difference between red and green. Another type makes blue and yellow look the same. In rare cases, people have complete color vision deficiency, which means they don't see color at all. Oh. So the most common types are blue and red looking wrong.
I would not recommend taking it without a disguise.
I'm killing you.
Curiously enough, though, the cloak only fools the Sentry, which is nice because it's the one that kills you. But what's nicer is that it means that enemy dispensers and teleporters will still work even if you're cloaked.
They possess vision beyond our own.
When it comes to actually destroying buildings as spy,
Oh.
this is where your electro sapper comes into play. In fact, this is its only purpose. You can right-click on buildings to
So let me get this straight. He has an entire kit option explicitly for the engineer. I mean, I guess the backstab and the icicles are only for the pyro and only for the pyro, so it's not even the weirdest thing in hindsight. I guess they do have very specific options.
place the sapper.
But they can still be
Just instantly
used on other
disable
people,
it
though.
And start eating away at its health.
Hey, what about the red tape recorder?
The what? Oh, weapon for a different video?
When the sapper is placed, the engineer will immediately be alerted to this predicament and will audibly yell,
Spy sapper by Sentry!
The sapper can be destroyed by 2 hits with all wrenches, except the jag, which takes 3.
Is that a hand?
Unlike when using the knife or revolver, placing a sapper does not drop your disguise. But if you stab someone within the line of sight of the Sentry, it will turn to shoot you.
What is the line of sight? Oh, the line of sight is anything, isn't it?
This is where things get messy.
Basic techniques.
There are many different techniques when it comes to actually attempting to take down a nest, and they're all useful in
nest?
different
Oh!
situations.
The nest is probably just building up a sentry nest because of the engineer. Okay, that makes sense in hindsight. It's a 4th weapon, apparently, according to Terran. Oh.
The most basic but iconic of techniques. When the engineer is behind his Sentry, backstab him, immediately switch to your sapper, and place it on the Sentry before it shoots you.
Because it still has
The
to
Sentry
turn.
takes a quick second to lock onto its target, and even longer if it has to turn around to face you. This is why the stab and sap works. It is recommended to turn on fast weapon switch when using this technique, as you can instantly switch weapons by pressing them.
Wait, that's an option? Oh, I thought it was just a feature to have slow changes between weapons. Oh. Well, I mean, that's just me not knowing how to play the game, apparently.
Number keys. This is the reverse. You sap the building, then attempt to stab the engineer when he comes to repair it.
Oh.
Either by hiding
As a
and
trap.
sneaking up on him, or using it to set up a trick stab.
And then getting out of the way as it dies, hopefully.
Sap the Sentry to disable it, then immediately open fire upon the engineer, who will either retaliate or attempt to remove the sapper in the chaos. Your goal
How
is
easy
to
would it be to
kill
destroy?
the engineer
2 hits?
before he succeeds at either.
Oh.
When doing this, it's smart to plan for if the sapper gets removed mid-fight. Since the Sentry has a split-second delay before it can function again, you can either stick near the Sentry to reapply your unlimited supply of sappers on it, or be ready to run to cover.
Wait, it's unlimited? No, actually, that makes sense, because I guess if it had any usage beyond this one specific feature, it being unlimited would probably break the game. But considering how limited it is already just by the lack of targets, I guess it makes sense that they're not cutting it down further to make it almost completely useless. I guess that evens out. Bait sap? Probably the
Sapping
same
a building
thing.
will almost always cause the engineer to come for it. You can use this to bait the engineer into an unfavorable position away from the Sentry to kill them or waste time.
Sap and shoot?
Sap the building of choice and then immediately open fire upon it to destroy it as fast as possible.
Oh!
Sap Sentries have a hidden 33% resistance to the revolver, but this isn't enough to not make this technique viable.
Wait,
This technique is
33%?
best
Oh, so
done
you can't
suddenly
immediately
when the
kill it
engineer
normally.
Isn't ready for it, especially when they aren't close to that building in particular. You want to give them as little time to react as possible. Reminder that the damage a Sentry gun takes is unaffected by damage fall-off, allowing you to do cheeky things like this.
Oh! I know, he has mentioned that before, that the Sentry doesn't have damage fall off, so you could snipe from long range with the Spy, as long as you only take a few seconds between shots, and they don't miss randomly. Oh. Also, Raw, I'm just going to bring up your comment quickly. Engineer is complex, for you need to know where and when to set things up. For you can only build, upgrade, and repair one thing at a time, and it takes time. And suddenly the fact that I didn't know that is highlighted because I was wondering why certain things were not working when I tried to do that, because I was switching between items and they weren't upgrading. Well, I feel like an idiot now. I mean, I am an idiot, but now I also feel like it on top of being one. stab and cover?
If the engineer is standing within sight of a sentry, but not right next to it, you can quickly stab the engineer and run to cover before it shoots you.
Spam sap?
Run in and spam sappers on everything. The hope is that while the
Oh, because there's no unlimited, and if there's multiple engineers, so they could probably put multiple ones down, yeah. For some reason, I had it in my mind that you could only have one of each class, which is stupid. I've played this game. I know that's not the case. I don't know why I thought that, though. I literally didn't even think about that.
engineer is occupied trying to remove the sappers and the sentry isn't working, your teammates will capitalize on it and destroy the nest.
And also because if there's that many engineers playing, that means there's that many engineers who just lost their biggest reason to be able to do good.
This works best
So it
when
breaks
you
up the
plan it out
momentum
with
they
your
have.
teammates, especially if it's during an Uber. The sentry can't be repaired whatsoever until the sapper is removed.
Oh.
So this is massively powerful when coordinated.
Telefrag? Wait,
Sap
what?
the entrance and stand on it while disguised. The hope is that the engineer will remove it while standing on the exit, causing you to teleport into his hitbox, instantly killing him. Which is known.
Oh! Does that... But that almost sounds like a glitch the game is just enforcing on you, and I'm not even sure that's intentional, but they definitely are leaving it in because it seems like an active choice now. God damn! That's actually really cool. Oh, I wonder if there's a documentary about how Valve built the game.
As a Telefrag.
Me! It would fool me!
If for some
Sap and
reason the
lit?
engineer leaves his buildings completely unattended or is dead, you can just sap the whole thing and leave.
Oh, because there's no worried about the engineer coming back.
GG easy. This list
So
is
they
by no means
out-survive the
all
engineer.
strategies you can use against engineers, but it's some of the most essential ones.
You can telefrag with everyone. Ooh. Kill the engineer. My god.
When you first discover an engineer nest, it's often best to take note of where all the buildings are placed and try to judge the
What the hell is that
experience
thing?
level of the engineer in question. This can allow you to figure out how you're going to take out the nest and when. Some engineers will be more aware and harder to deal with than others, and may require varied or creative strategies.
Like what?
Because engineers usually stay within the back lines, once they're done setting up, their team can take some of the pressure off of them, which gives them free time to check for spies if nothing else is happening. But
By
one of the
randomly
biggest
shooting?
advantages you have as the spy is that you are almost always the one who starts the fight. Therefore, you have more
Best
control
chance to get
over
the
when
first
it
hit,
happens.
first kill.
You can take your time to get your bearings, and you can wait for an opportunity to strike. When you first discover an engineer nest, here's a few things you should take note of.
Nope.
How much is the engineer running around? Are the buildings fully upgraded yet? If not, it could cause a distraction. Is the engineer standing behind a sentry a lot, or is he moving around? Where is the teleporter exit, and can it be exploited? Are the buildings clumped together or spread out? Spread out buildings typically indicate a more experienced engineer. Are there multiple engineers? How many of their team?
So, noob question. Why? I was going to ask why spread out buildings would be a more experienced engineer. Then I realized because there's a lot of classes with minor AoE, so if everything's close together, a heavy could probably just put down a barrage and everything hits something, or Demo Man or even Soldier could probably clear out a nest out efficiently at that point. Or hell, a Pyro who just doesn't get shot to death by a sentry turret.
Mates are around. These are factors to be aware of that can either make it easier or harder to take out a nest.
Skill level.
Account for
No
these things
skill.
and look for an
Oh,
opportunity.
dumb luck.
Of which the engineer's own buildings can actually provide you with some.
Oh? Using the dispenser. Because it gives you health, yeah.
Since disguised as full dispensers, you can actually get health and ammo off of it for yourself. And even better, it's able to refill your cloak meter. This is what I like to call dispenser leeching.
Oh, so does that apply even to the cloaks that normally don't recharge faster at all? Because if it does, that actually makes Spy very terrifying to even have on the same map as a guy who's dropped the dispenser. That seems like it could go horrible, man.
If you disguise, cloak, and stand on top of an enemy dispenser, you can remain cloaked indefinitely while getting healed. At level 1, it'll keep your cloak meter where it is, but at level 2 or 3, it'll actually refill it. This can also be a good trick for waiting out an opportunity or observing undercover, aka discount cloak and dagger. Engineers themselves rarely stand on the dispenser unless using it for leverage. Well, because that glitch standing on top of it gives you double metal. But watch
What?
out for enemy players standing inside it and colliding with you.
It does, but how is this not like the most broken thing to do in the game? Just take advantage of a soldier who doesn't randomly shoot above their dispenser. No, not a soldier. Like, sorry, there's a soldier on the screen, but like an engineer. That seems so broken.
Some engineers may
How?
use dispensers to block potential spies, but there are very few situations where
Oh?
it can't be jumped over or as another path around. Because
Block spies. Oh, because normally they would have to engage with it somehow.
the dispenser is the least important building to destroy, if you kill the engineer and successfully sap the rest of the nest, it may even be worth quickly disguising and using the dispenser yourself before destroying that too.
Because they'll come back.
Play around the dispenser right, and it can actually help you. Play around the sentry wrong, and it'll kill.
Yeah. Watching the sentry? What would the sentry show you?
When destroying a nest, the sentry is the main building you need to play around.
Yeah.
And while the level 3 rockets can miss, it doesn't matter because the aimbot bullets of a level 1 can kill you in 2 seconds after it starts firing, and level 2 halves that time. You don't want to be uncloaked and undisguised around a sentry unless it's right about to be sapped or already
Oh,
is.
damn.
Hello, are you having trouble maintaining your cover between stabs?
Oh, God, he made his own ad. I got jump scared by an in-game ad. I don't... Also, according to Martin, the reason people don't abuse the dispensers is because there's even more broken shit. Oh, god damn.
Try the Your Eternal Reward. The stabs are almost silent and instantly disguise you as your backstab victim. It's so instant that you can stab someone in front of a sentry and it won't even turn to shoot you.
Oh, it won't.
Giving you more options to approach a nest. Wait, what are you doing? No, don't skip. Please, don't. I'm not done. I'm not done.
When you're attacking
Skip.
a nest, the sentry should almost always be the first building you sap. This isn't just because the sentry is dangerous, but when you sap any of the buildings, you have officially begun the encounter. The engineer immediately knows that there is a spy present, and depending on where his buildings are placed, he'll know exactly where you are at that point in time.
He is going to retaliate very angrily.
You have essentially called the engineer to that position, which is why it's best to make the sentry the first building you take out of play.
Because it's the one that
Even
can
if
make it easier to take
temporarily.
you down.
Though if one of the buildings
Yeah.
is placed outside of the sentry's range, you can sap that first to make the engineer leave the sentry. This can either be used for a distraction, a setup for an unexpected stab, or to lure him away from a sentry to take him out. Because as we know, spy
Engineer has a shotgun. You think the engineer is defenseless? Foolish.
What?
Good engineers know they can fight back without having.
I feel like something just changed here. Is this another YouTuber who focuses on engineer main? Oh, that's cool. Also, I tried the shotgun. It requires a lot more aim than I am able to use.
to rely on a sentry. The shotgun is great at close range, but falls off somewhat at medium to long range where the pistol becomes more viable.
Wait,
The
really?
revolver is sort of a hybrid between the two. And considering that both have the same max health, you're both kind of evenly matched.
It's just a
Oh.
matter of who has better movement and aim and who got the jump on the other one first.
I can guarantee if it comes down to a matter of aim, it is not me. Also, I'm being told this is a YouTuber called Uncle Dane. Oh, and he is the engineer main. Oh, well, that's cool.
Spy isn't the only one who can sneak up on their opponent.
You can also attempt a trick stab, but know that the
You can-
engineer
I guess
is
you actually
capable
just
of
can't
killing
hide in
you
the
in 2
foliage.
hits with his melee,
Huh.
unless our least favorite mechanic in the game
is in play.
What?
Anyway, you were going to talk about teleporters now?
Yep.
What? The power of the teleporter. What is the least favorite mechanic?
As you can take enemy teleporters, this can be used for all kinds of tricks. Teleporters are often placed right inside the nest, so it may actually be worth finding the entrance, as you can use it to get right to
Do they
the
go both
unsuspecting
ways or
engineer.
only one way?
On top of that, players who
Oh.
recently used a teleporter have this team-colored glow effect.
So you know
which
they
can
were
actually
nearby
help
to
sell your
find it.
disguise because it makes you look like a teammate who just arrived and is getting their bearings, allowing you to get closer to the engineer. Also, as mentioned previously, if you get teleported inside the hitbox of an enemy player, they rupture instantly.
So it's whoever teleports first. Oh. How did you... Is it a one-way only thing, or... Like, is it only one output, only one input, or can you go both ways? If you can go both ways, this seems a way more, well, insane. Also, apparently, the random crits is what every one of them hate. Oh. Yeah, that would... Yeah.
But just randomly taking the teleporter has the chance of telefragging some random unfortunate player. And if the engineer is turtling and standing on top of his teleporter the whole time... Oh yeah,
Easy kill.
and when near enemy teleporters,
Why would you do
be
that,
careful
though?
about running over them because it might just get you killed in one of the dumbest ways possible.
I am so stupid.
What?
I am so stupid. I walked over a teleporter and someone came through it.
Now that we've talked about how to play
Oh.
around each of the buildings, which one should you destroy first?
The Sentry? Target priority. Whatever one helps your team the most, I'm assuming. Honestly, I could see the
Ultimate
teleport being a good
victory over
choice.
a Nesta's spy is to kill both the engineer and sap all the buildings.
Oh.
However, you don't always have to try to do it all at once. Even just killing the engineer or getting a key building destroyed can lead to further problems. The four
Oh.
main components that make up a nest are the engineer, sentry, dispenser, and teleporters, each serving the function of maintenance, defense, supply, and transport respectively. Destroying any one of them will eliminate that component of the nest until it can be rebuilt.
I'm guessing a game mode might actually be the biggest thing here because supply, if you're just defending a location that you know the game is going to be mostly focusing around, might be the most useful. Sentry could be the same thing. But if you're doing like moving a payload, transport almost seems like it would be the most necessary part of it to the point where not having it could just lose the game.
And can cripple the livelihood of the rest of the nest.
Does anyone else interact with it beyond engineer?
Eliminating
All the options,
engineer
maybe.
himself leaves the buildings without maintenance. While Pybros may be able to remove sappers if they have the Neon or Homewrecker equipped,
Oh.
they still lack the ability to repair damage, reload the
Stop
gun,
it getting
upgrade
worse.
buildings.
Can't actually do anything,
Meaning
though.
Your team may quickly overwhelm the nest before the engineer returns.
Ah.
If multiple engineers are present, they may be able to help look after the nest. However, nests may be spread out to cover more ground.
Oh, so multiple engineers can work on other people's stuff. It's not just your own stuff alone. That does make having multiple engineers more viable if you could just work on someone else's shit. Okay. That actually is very useful to know.
And engineers are only alerted when their own buildings start having issues. If the nests are clumped together into some abomination, then it's probably a good time to mention that spies aren't the only class that can destroy.
Hey, I'm back. Did you also know that
I'm going to pretend I didn't get jump scared by the fake in-game ad that he did himself again. You know, the first one, that's on me. The second one, oh god damn it, that's definitely on me, man.
because the YER is so quiet, it's really good at taking out multiple engineers at once, since none of them will even know before it's too late. The multiple sentries give them a false sense of security that this wonderful knife can exploit. Targeted ads are great, aren't they? Anyway, I'm done this time.
Destroy nests.
Odd effect,
An
okay.
overcharged soldier or dimmer man may actually be better in this situation due to their explosives.
Oh?
You can either switch class or coordinate with the Ubered pair to sap buildings at the
I'm actually wondering, is there an entire strategy where someone just lays down a whole host of instant teleport sentries around there so that they all just keep moving around constantly and hopefully just telefrag someone when they turn a corner without realizing it? It seems like an incredibly dumb tactic that would almost never work more than once, but the first time would be really confusing.
same time. Of course, considering the engineer is actually sentient, you often have to be careful about when and how you attack.
See, here's the problem with everything you just said. Assuming sentience in people online. Don't. Because there's a lot of people like, yeah, that's a person. Then there's other times you're like, you're making a bot that I know is a bot look way too intelligent by comparison. I'm not entirely sure if you're all there. Did you drop yourself as a baby? Like, did you just go goo goo gaga, mother? I must now take some stock of my life. And, oh, hello, dive bomb, dead. Nope, not dead. Oh, you're fine. If that sounds like a very odd metaphor, I'm definitely not saying things that family members and cousins have actually done, because that would be really embarrassing if they ever found out I said that and then they remember that I said that and that I was explicitly told never to bring up, because I have never been told that and it's never happened, so I don't need to worry about that. Note to self, cut this part out in the final video and hope no one ever sees it. Target Sentry.
Sentry is good at stopping overconfident power classes from pushing into the back line, and defends the
Because it's
rest of the
sudden
nest.
piles
If
not
destroyed,
alive,
it leaves
yeah.
the rest of the nest very vulnerable to attack,
Ooh.
as the engineer frantically attempts to rebuild it. Without the Sentry, a random flanker will be able to enter their back line. Your scout and pyro will especially love you for this. If you manage to destroy the Sentry, but some of the nest still remains, it's best to alert your team that this is the case so they can immediately capitalize on it and finish what you started. And yes, I know team coordination isn't that common in casual games, blah blah blah, but hey.
I mean, if it's even not that common, is more than I expected. So that's a lot.
It's worth a shot.
I've played plenty of PvE games and PvP games where you don't talk to people, even when you're in the freaking same voice chat.
On the priority list, as it
Okay,
has the
Destiny
least
2.
immediate impact if destroyed, and can even help you. Destroying it is still a massive inconvenience for the engineer and his team that was using it,
But it doesn't
you
break
don't see
everyone.
anyone going,
Dispenser down! Push in!
Yeah. Teleporter.
Teleporters are vastly underestimated by new players. They can transport players to the front lines faster, or get them to
Get rid
areas
of a
they
lot of
otherwise
time.
can't reach.
What the fuck?
Entrances are almost always placed at their spawn, so the exit basically acts as a respawn beacon, which results in the team grouping up around that nest, and providing it with a solid frontline defense. Good exit placement can
So by the same token as, because everyone is clumping up together, because they're always teleporting out, so as they die, they actually provide more defense just by dying. So if they're being pressed, the thing that keeps them in the fight becomes defensible because they keep going back to it. And I guess the further the fight is and the less likely the enemy is to get there, that makes it more defensible in its own right. So, okay. It feels like this is a very useful way to try and build up a defense, but you actually need it less the more useful it is. So someone will probably just try and destroy the endpoint more than anything else.
almost entirely negate the travel time from the respawn room to the front line, and the heavy mains know exactly what I'm talking about.
Because heavies
It's
are slow, yeah.
simply a blessing.
What?
Which means if you take the teleporter out of play, you've effectively increased the respawn time of the entire team. Dead players
yeah.
come back far slower and less from a centralized area, reducing the pressure they can put on your team and the amount of people that can guard the nest.
And also meaning that when they do get back to the combat, not only is there more time between that, but they'll more likely be on their own, so they're fighting against the entire team who's not dead, which would mean they're probably going to die faster themselves, just from sheer random people hitting them.
Potentially
Okay.
leading to it getting overwhelmed and destroyed. Sentries get kills, dispensers save lives,
And teleporters win games.
Yeah. And
You're not
because
wrong.
both teleporters are two parts of the same whole, destroying just one end renders the other completely functionless.
Oh.
This makes it worth it to run to the enemy spawn just to sap and shoot the teleporter entrance, leaving the engineer with a dilemma. They either run back to spawn to repair the entrance, but leave their nest without maintenance, or forget about the teleporter and just keep the rest of the nest maintained.
Would they build the nest at the entry point instead of the exit point? Because on the one hand, no, they would probably build it at the exit point because that's the one that everyone needs to get out of and probably it's going to be easiest to destroy. And because of people respawning back in, there's probably going to be a flow of other players keeping that exit or the entry point alive regardless. And since it's the farthest from it, it probably needs the least defense. So the nest is probably wherever the front line is. But that also means if you start moving forward, it might actually become its own. Probably have to rebuild it later, which is probably the balancing
Thankfully
act.
for you, there is no secret third option.
What?
Picking what part you go for first is up to you, depending on the situation. But the engineer himself has a variety of tools at his disposal that you may have to account for.
What? Oh, we actually get into their tools. Wait, I've already seen Spy has a huge range. I guess it's every class, yeah. At what point, though, does just getting yourself killed intentionally to get back to base a viable option to move around faster? It almost seems like that would be someone's idea. If we're not going to lose right away, we might as well take advantage of it. The gunslinger.
This robot hand changes the engineer playstyle the most,
What does it
replacing
do?
his sentries with mini sentries.
What?
They deploy faster than normal sentries and
Oh.
cost less metal,
Oh.
but cannot be upgraded and are less of an overall threat.
Oh.
Mini sentries are much more disposable than regular ones, so the engineer won't care as much about maintaining it, and may not even have a nest at all.
In other words, that's the extra firepower on an easily moved map, so you don't have to spend so much time and resources building in a place you know you're going to abandon. Oh, okay, that would do it.
The engineer himself often becomes the bigger threat, and basically becomes a slower scout with a little more health and the ability to pop down minis.
The Eureka effect. Oh, I think people just mentioned this in chat.
This wrench allows the engineer, from anywhere on the map, to teleport either to his spawn or teleporter exit.
Anywhere! To either the entrance or... Okay. That is instant appearing at where you need to be. That is kind of broken. Yeah.
Albeit locking him in a short animation in the process. This thing is the main counter to destroying the entrance at spawn strat, as the engineer can waste little time getting it replaced. They can even teleport to the exit if it's being sapped, so really watch out if you suspect
really
they
fast
have this
returns.
equipped,
Oh yeah.
especially since they just kind of appear at the exit. Though knowing this, if you can figure out what direction the teleporter is facing, you can trick engineers into teleporting to a backstab.
Wait, they have a facing? Oh. Yeah, because when you're putting it down, you see which way it orients immediately. And we even saw that earlier when it was showing someone placing it down. There was a blueprint on the ground describing the orientation of how it was going to be facing immediately. So it's less its orientation, more the orientation the player is going to get. Oh. That seems very useful.
Running this will typically lean towards a more active and mobile playstyle, and can appear from unexpected places.
Yep. Southern hospitality. Is that brass knuckles
This
on a wrench?
weapon applies an 8-second bleed on hit.
Oh, goddamn.
Which may seem good for catching spies, until you remember that cloak halves the duration of debuffs, and considering it can't random crit, it's not actually as much of a threat to spies as it may seem.
Oh.
Of all the wrenches,
That's
it
probably the
certainly
worst.
is one of them.
Ah. The jack.
This is the only wrench that takes 3 hits to destroy a sapper,
Why?
and to kill you from full health. Though, unlike the Southern Hospitality, it can random crit, and as many of us know, crit rates on melee are kind of stupid. Engineers using this can get a level 3 building set up much faster after one is destroyed, so killing the engineer himself is the best counter to that.
Oh, so it just builds faster then. The Wrangler. What is that?
While it allows the engineer to take manual control of a sentry and give it a defensive shield, when put back away, it takes 3 seconds for the sentry to regain automatic functionality.
In other words, it's literally the laser-guided sentry, so you can prioritize the biggest enemy and make it more not deadable. Oh.
Meaning if you can sneak up on an engineer using it, you can easily stab him without the sentry immediately shooting you, and the bubble shield does nothing against the sapper.
Because it auto-box aims it normally, and that's actually really good sometimes. So in other words, if you have a very good backline protecting you on top of yourself, fine. If you don't, you probably shouldn't be using it. So I'm assuming that's maybe one of those options that's kind of a high risk and only moderate reward options then.
Just watch out if the engineer notices you too close to the sentry, as he may use the technique.
What? Short circuit? Oh, to immediately just shoot someone and stop using it.
Its primary fire is okay, but it's the secondary fire that creates the big annoying energy ball.
What?
Its primary use is for crowd control and to delete projectiles, but it can also reveal you while cloaked if caught in its range.
Because it passes
But its
through with an
biggest
AoE
weakness
effect.
is that it uses the engineer's metal supply for ammo, so it can't be spammed too heavily in most situations.
So, quick question. How do you get the metal supply? This is part I never actually figured out for them. Like, is it just being near something or what? This is just me not knowing how to play engineer. Frontier Justice?
This gun
that a
is
propane tank?
notably worse in most combat situations, but when the sentry is destroyed, it gains a number of stored crits depending on how many kills or assists it got. This is very deadly. If they do currently have stored...
So in other words, you want to put the sentry in a place where it's going to get a lot of love before it gets a lot of hate, and then you could really go to town. This is probably the gun that a lot of experienced players want to use then.
crits, you will be able to see the gun glowing, but some engineers may hide this by not pulling it out until the last second. Not to mention, the crits are gained instantly upon the sentry's destruction, which can give you a massive shock if you aren't ready for it.
Engineer, enraged. The one you upset. Widowmaker?
Like the short circuit, this gun also uses metal for ammo. However, it does give back metal depending on damage dealt.
Wait, what?
If at close enough range, it can actually refund or even refill the metal used to fire.
Oh. Oh! So if it's a very close-up game and if the engineer is playing in a style that is completely wrong, because it's not backline, you're at this point, you're a frontline combatant, I wonder if this is actually really useful when combined with the mini turrets who are built faster. Because you just throw more things down, more fast, more detail, more murder, and just start spamming shots to build out shots, to put out more shots, so you just have more bullets flying around all the time. Or maybe I'm just thinking it too much. Zero, they fixed the Weird Maker in the last update. Now you can get metal from spies. Oh, wait, you couldn't before? Oh, that seems like it would be an issue.
And it doesn't have to reload. This weapon can be very deadly if the shots connect. However, metal isn't refunded when shooting disguised spies, so make of that what you will.
Yeah, oh, that's why the comment came out from Zero, so that part actually was fixed. That was a bug. That is fixed. Panic attack?
This weapon deploys and fires quickly. However, the spread of the
Drum
shots
mag?
quickly increase as successive shots are fired. This makes
Oh, in other words, it might actually become almost useless at close range, unless you're literally swamped.
it more deadly at close range, but fall off quicker than other shotguns at range.
Yeah. What the hell, man? There's been a design philosophy to all of the things so far, and they've been kind of like, okay, let's go a little crazy, but it still looks like a gun. This does not look like a gun. This looks like something out of Fallout. Or Flash Gordon. I'm not sure which one to go with, mostly because, like, when you see that right there, that's the kind of design you see in Flash Gordon, man. Even I've seen that. The pumps and...
While it does have the ability to drain your cloak, this weapon overall is weak and slow, so
Oh.
it's rare to ever see it get used.
That is very disappointing because it looks freaking amazing, man. I'm actually disappointed in that. That kind of hurts to know.
Even more rare to get hit by it. Even if you do get hit by the easy-to-dodge projectile, the cloak drain is more of a minor inconvenience than anything.
Yeah. The Rescue Ranger? Oh, God.
Instead of being a traditional shotgun, it fires bolts that have the ability to repair buildings from range,
Wait,
which helps
what?
engineers not be glued to their buildings the whole time.
Yeah.
However, the sapper blocks repairs, and this affects the Rescue Ranger as well.
In other words, it's great when you don't want to be near the thing you're defending, but if you're not near the thing you're defending, you can't respond anyway, so you almost need to have the immediate teleport in to the point where this isn't really worth it. That's disappointing.
Forcing the engineer to come close and use the wrench.
Which
If they're
makes
paying
it
attention
not
and see you
useful.
about to sap the building, though, they have the ability to...
What?
But
Oh,
while this
just
weapon is
moving
good at
things.
keeping a sentry alive, it's not so great in combat.
Ah.
It actually deals the same damage as the revolver with similar damage fall-off distances, but it's also a projectile that can be dodged, so 1v1 fights against Rescue Ranger engineers are a
Yeah.
bit more tilted in your favor. Destroying a nest is like figuring out a puzzle. If one approach doesn't work and you die in the process, try a different strategy next time. You can die many times in the process, but it keeps the engineer under pressure, and it only takes one good attempt to dismantle the entire nest. Observe, think, and plan. Either watch for an opportunity or make it yourself. Your ability to be unexpected is your biggest asset against an engineer. But be aware that the engineer can learn and adapt from you as well.
I don't know why, but there's this old meme on YouTube of a guy going, adapt, survive, overcome. I have no idea where it's from, but I feel like this is a direct reference to it. I'm probably going crazy on this one. I mean, I know I'm going crazy being an English major, but still, it counts.
Their team may hate you for it, but it just gives yours an opportunity to push in and finish what you started from with it.
Oh. Dude. And here's just all the damage on the engineer. What does the bread do? I know I've seen it a few times. I don't actually know what it does yet. Unless it's a skin for something else, which, well, that should be pretty cool. Dude, all the trick stabs. Is there a version of him that... Oh, it's probably just him using the maker for the videos to do a model with a wheelchair. I thought there actually was a spy wheelchair version. Can't turn corners as fast, but can go really forward on downhill. Actually, that'd be kind of fun now that I think about it. I love these videos, man. But unfortunately, I think we're getting close to... Oh, there's only 2 more after this. Ah, yeah, we are very close to the end of Spy Psychology, which means I'll have to get my fix of TF2 content somewhere else. Unless he's made other series about other characters, which I'd be here for. That'd be fun. And I'm being told that was a sapper reskin for the bread. Oh, I wonder how many weird skins. Actually, the answer is probably a lot. This game is old enough where the answer is definitely a lot of weird skins. And I'm here for that. Honestly, this is just really cool. And it did answer a lot of my question about how to play engineer because I did not know most of the things. So, yeah, actually really useful. But also because I had literally no idea what I was doing before. I did not know how to spy. I did not know how to engineer. Now I know more about engineer even. Still pretty sure I need to know a lot more about spy to actually play him. But engineer, I have a better choice of not immediately dying because I did something so incredibly stupid. The rest of the team looked at me and went, yeah, that was a thing. I'm going to blame bad connection and just making bad choices to not know how to place a building. Not that I was absolutely making a mistake or anything, but we're just going to do that. Yeah, I'm not going to ever acknowledge that. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. You guys know the details. There's a link below to the original video. Hit it up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.